All right, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be discussing action 4 of the individual player development plan, and this is all about examining why. So we have identified already through our player analysis what your strengths and weaknesses are. Now there's really 6 key areas to examine when we're looking at these strengths and weaknesses. They're obviously the technical, the tactical, the physical, and the physical condition, which would be medical, mental, charisma, and discipline. Okay, so we're going to really dive into this. So the whole point of examining is to determine why. Why is this a weapon and why is this a weakness? So if we look at a previous example, when we talked about being able to get past an opponent as a strength or a weapon 1v1 to get into the final third, there's probably a couple reasons for that. It could be athletic, it could be technical, which would be dribbling based, and probably as well mental, having that drive to go and beat your opponent. So there are different ways to examine this, and you can see here when we're going to examine, there's different tests that we can do. There are different elements that we're going to train. So depending on what the situation is, whatever it is, whether it's technical, tactical, discipline, physical, mental, or charisma, what we provided here is a list of you to provide testing or things to improve it on. So like if there's a thing that needs to be developed technically, we would do individual work or group work. If it either be centered around developing technique or implementing. So if you need to improve the technique, it's developing. If you have good technical skills, then it's implementing, right? So then we look at a tactical point. It would either be individual tactical, group, or team setting, and that would be all about improving footballing intelligence. Discipline is more stuff like buying into the process of wanting to be a pro. So that could be covered through individual meetings, like with a coach. It could be performance and mindset in training, trying to make sure that you're pressured and pushed into it. And then mindset work outside of training. This could be through courses and things like that. Physical would be, depending on what the weakness or weapon is, you could have to do physical testing at a healthcare facility to see what the issue is or why it's a benefit. And then athleticism test, right, to really test how you are in, say, a 40-yard dash, 100-meter sprint, things like that. And that way you can test those segments. Mental, for examination, you could do individual meetings to check for player understanding and even take the pro mindset course that we have that you're going to get in this program. And basically, it's about testing the player's mental ability, whether it's a weapon or a weakness. If it's a weapon, it's continuing to refine the mental abilities. If it's a weakness, it's developing the mental side. And then from a charisma standpoint, this is that personality type that we're trying to identify. Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Do you have determination to win? What kind of instruction do you give? And that way it's about developing that characteristic. And elite players have that. Okay, and that's pretty much what we do for action 4. So these are some ideas for you to work on and to examine or to help you understand why it's a weapon or why it's a weakness and how to test those things. Now this isn't all of them, but it's a general idea for you, and hopefully it gives you some insight into that process. So without further ado, I'll see you in the next video.